Put the needle on the record.
All right, New York Knicks fans, you know what time it is. It's time for New York Knicks 3 and D. Oh, we're going to talk everything, of course, Knicks basketball. We're going to talk about Josh Hart turning the corner. We're going to talk about Obi Toppin a little bit. We're going to talk about Brunson. We are going to talk about the in-season tournament. I still think the in-season tournament is garbage, but you even have Tom Thibodeau coming out and saying, I think the in-season tournament has done what it was supposed to do. And I guess really it's supposed to attract more of the average fan. I shouldn't even say the average fan, but the casual fan. Gives them something to look forward to. Gives them some type of event in the early half of the NBA season, because we all know the latter half of the NBA season is where everything is at. The playoffs where everything's at, and sometimes the first 3 quarters of the season is a little bit, I'm not going to say a laugher, but can be boring at times, except for basketball purists. They've taken a page out of soccer or European football with this in-season tournament crap. So, I mean, what am I going to do? Like I said, I'm a basketball purist. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I enjoy it. The players that win the in-season tournament get a $500,000 a piece. It is what it is. The Knicks on Tuesday play the Milwaukee Bucks in the quarterfinals of the in-season tournament. So we got to kind of wait and see where we go from there. But it's just been, like I said, the Knicks have just been the Knicks leading up to the in-season tournament. We're going to go back to that Josh Hart game, that third quarter burst that helped propel the Knicks to the win over the Raptors. Tibbs is riding the hot hand. He really is. Hart at that point in time had reeled off 15 consecutive points for the Knicks to the end of that third quarter. He hit everywhere between jumpers to lay-ins. And he provided the Knicks a 90-77 lead going into the final period. And the Knicks capitalized. They kept the foot on the pedal. They won 119-106. It's just one of those games. I mean, he came up like 7-up. That's all you can say about Josh. A couple games back, he had a little bit of a diatribe coming out and saying, you know what? I don't feel like I'm in the ebony flow of the offense. My feng shui is not there. And I'm a guy that needs to touch the ball to have an impact, to have a feel, so I can make those big shots. And honestly, like I said, he's kind of put his put his money where his mouth is. The other night, he had 17 points, 8 rebounds. He was 6 from 9 shooting from the arc. So I mean, he's doing what he said he needs to do. He's getting a little bit into the. He has never been brought in here to be the offensive force. He's potentially the 4th option. If you go with Brunson, Randall, Barrett, Quickly, I guess he'd be more towards the 5th option. I mean, he's more of a 5th option on the offense. He's not an afterthought because he is a good offensive player at times. He can give you those big shots. Like I said, he can hit it from the arc. He can hit it. He can drive it in for you. But like I said, it's just one of those. It's just one of those days. He kind of had to speak his mind in the press. I never really like when players do that. I think you should always keep your dirty laundry in the locker room. Keep it in the laundromat. But at the end of the day, he's played well over the last couple games. He is finding his flow in the offense. Like I said, I just need him to play defense. I think it's crazy for you to think he's going to be the full-time backup for Julius Randle for the remainder of the season, because that's just nuts. Because we need him to do other things. We need him to guard other players. But at this point in time, like I said, he has been a catalyst since the day they got him, since the day they signed him to that $80 million contract is also this year. I love Josh Hart. I love his intensity. I love his game. I love the fact that he's wearing, that he can wear guys out. But at the end of the day, like I said, he shouldn't be talking so much about the fact that he's not getting in the ebony flow of the offense. He should be more worried about his assignments and worried about what he can do all around for the New York Knicks. But like I said, he is a vital cog for the Knicks. He truly is. You got Obi Toppin doing some stuff now for in Indiana. If you look at his last few weeks, I mean, he's moved forward. He's been playing well. 27th, he had only 9 points, but he's followed up with he's had 2 good games back to back against the Heat on November 30th and December 2nd, where he had 22 points and 25 points respectively. He's shooting the lights out right now. He's averaging a career high 13 points, 61% from the field, 36% for 3. He's only still giving you 3 rebounds, 1 assist. He did have 4 blocks the other night, but he still had 0.6 on the block factor. I mean, this is what I think you were going to get out of Obi Toppin. And I was never a fan of the Knicks moving on from him, but I understand the fact that if you have Julius Randle at 29 years old kind of roadblocking your path, that you're not going to be the happiest camper. And I don't think the Knicks were going to try to re-sign him, which is fine. But people are shocked. People are excited that in 18 games he's averaging 13 points, 3 rebounds, and 1.3 assists. The kid still can't play defense. He's not even a kid. He's 25 years old. This is his 4th year in the league. He is a defensive liability. I don't think Randle gets the credit he deserves for his play defensively and his rebounding. I've said it before. It kind of reminds me of Carmelo Anthony. Everyone wants to talk about Carmelo Anthony putting up the points, scoring the big numbers. But there are nights that he was grabbing, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. When Melo wanted to play defense, Melo could play defense. Not in the latter half of his career, but the early stages of his Knicks career, his career in Denver, when he wanted to play defense and he put his mind to it, he could be a defensive guy, not a stopper. He's not a guy he's not a Josh Hart. He's not a guy that's really going to just, clamp down LeBron James, but he will have his moments. And I think Randle doesn't get the credit. Julius rocked the mic like a Randle does not get the credit he deserves in reference to that. To me, Obi Toppin has always needed minutes. His minutes have gone up from 15 to almost 25 minutes a game. Is he going to continue to shoot 60%? No. Is he going to still shoot 36% from 3? Probably, because he averaged 30%, 30%, and 34%. So yeah, I think he's still going to. But is he going to be the superstar? We don't know. I'm excited that he's getting more of an opportunity to play. He's got 17 starts in 18 games. I said it before. We never had a replacement plan for Obi Toppin, and Obi Toppin saved us in that playoff game when Randle was out. But for all the offensive wherewithal that he brings, there are going to be severe deficiencies in his game defensively. I said this before. I love Jalen Brunson, but Jalen Brunson is not a defensive player. I've said it before. I worried that Donovan Mitchell will come to this team, and you'll have Brunson and Mitchell playing together on the same time on the court at the same time, and we're gonna have to win games like 168 to 149 because neither of them can play defense. Go back to when Brunson was in Dallas in that playoff series when I think he had 47. And his counterpart had like 38. I mean, I get worried about that at times. But like I said, I think Obi is a really good feel-good story. You just wish it was with the Knicks. The Knicks were never going to sign him. You kind of hope that Quentin Grimes doesn't go down the same path. You hope that Quickly gets picked. I mean, we figured it out with Quickly too, because we're not going to lose Quickly, but we're going to have to pay him a lot more than we probably thought we were going to have to, because I think Quickly is a vital cog to this team. I also want to give a big shout out to Dante DiVincenzo. They actually had a really good, solid game against the Raptors as well. He's been playing well off the bench. He's one of those guys also that can do the Vinnie Johnson, a little bit of a microwave offense. While he is, again, not a stalwart defensively, his size and his wingspan allows him to be a very good defensive player, not a stopper, but a good defensive player. And he is a guy that I think he's kind of finding his own right now with the Knicks, and he's finding his role, which is great. I do laugh though, because Jalen Brunson, man, how many he's been drawing charges all year. How the hell does he do it? I mean, I don't know, man. Every time that I turn around, it seems like he's drawing a charge. I believe right now he's drawn 16 non-charge offensive fouls, meaning for illegal screens, push-offs, and other forms. He has drawn 30 total offensive fouls. That places him on a league record How is this happening? I don't get it. I really don't get it. But you know what? It's one of those kind of wacky things. So I mean, the Knicks, of course, we're gonna have a video after the in-season tournament game when we rock the Milwaukee Bucks. We gotta wait and see what happens there. But we will have at least another video too this week coming out. And don't forget, if you can, make sure you like the page, make sure you subscribe, make sure you set the alarm or whatever the hell it is so you get notifications on New York Knicks videos. And I appreciate you watching and listening. I'm out of here.